According to John Hargrove, former senior orca trainer at SeaWorld, and Howard Chwat-Wan, $2.5 billion is how much one organization is worth that holds whales captive for profit, known as SeaWorld. Whales at SeaWorld are to live in tanks that are much too small and are completely controlled by humans against their will, for the remainder of their lives once they are caught. I am credible to speak on this topic because I attended SeaWorld in 8th grade, only to then wonder the dark side of SeaWorld. Following my attendance, I decided to research what those smiling and clapping humans did not see: the abuse, neglect, and sometimes even death of whales throughout their horrendous lives at SeaWorld. Today, I will be advocating for the marine life that SeaWorld is currently holding captive by humans that control their every move, from when they are able to eat, to when they are able to sleep, to when the whales are to breed, all in tanks that are incredibly too small for their size. We will take a closer look at the inhumane acts and the day-to-day lifestyle that SeaWorld puts their whales through, all because people are willing to see whales perform acts that they never typically would. Whales endure a tremendous amount of abuse at SeaWorld. According to UWire text on December 2, 2015, killer whales in the southern resident pod swim an average of 75 miles per day. In order for the whales to swim 75 miles in their new tank, they would have to swim over 1,000 laps in their new pool. Moreover, according to SeaWorld itself, researchers theorize that killer whales can dive up to 1,483 feet, which differs from the tank's depth of 50 feet at SeaWorld. Hargrove and Chwat-Wan compared the living conditions of the whales at SeaWorld to what humans would have to live in, stating, "For a human being, it would be like being stuck in a doctor's waiting room, except that waiting room is a closet without a ceiling, exposing the top of your head to the hot sun. These conditions are beyond unacceptable and inhumane." Hargrove and Chwat-Wan stated that there are as many as 7 shows a day, each running 25 to 30 minutes, and some whales perform in all 7. If they aren't waiting to go on to perform, they may be placed in the 8-foot deep med pool as they wait for featured park guests. Now that we've talked about the abuse that SeaWorld performs to their innocent whales that provide them their revenue, we will take a look at just how many actions of the whales are controlled by humans. Hargrove and Chwat-Wan in July of 2015 stated, "You are an orca in SeaWorld captivity. As a highly intelligent, extremely emotional being, you immediately know who will keep you alive. The trainers feed you, and they feed you more when you do what they want. But they also try to control your every action, from sleeping to playing to resting to what you do with the other whales who share the same pools with you." John Hargrove and Howard Chwat-Wan go on to state, "SeaWorld has so tampered with the fertility cycles of its female killer whales who are fertilized at abnormally young rates. And true freedom would be a difficult adjustment because the orcas of SeaWorld don't know how to hunt for their own food. They have also been conditioned psychologically to interact with humans in a complex reward for behavior scenario." Additionally, Francine Flatouche on April 7th of 2014 stated, 7 of the 10 whales currently at SeaWorld in San Diego were born in captivity and therefore would not be able to survive in the open sea. Hargrove and Chwat-Wan make an incredible point stating that humans cannot replicate the ocean. The 30 whales currently owned by SeaWorld must make do in the marine park's facilities. The chemically processed water in the pools is purer than that of the ocean, but is not anywhere near natural for the whales. In the segment of the documentary you are about to watch, John Hargrove, a former senior orca trainer at SeaWorld and author of Beneath the Surface, speaks on his experience throughout the 19 years that he was employed at SeaWorld.
You started seeing things and realizing, certainly once we started separating calves from their mothers, and you would see the way the mothers and the calves would react to the trauma, all the drugs, the premature deaths. I mean, all those whales are doped up on so much medication, it's unbelievable.
So are these animals in marine land, do you think that they would have to be drugged up?
Absolutely. I personally drug whales at Marineland, and I certainly wasn't the only one.
So what's the future then as a...
SeaWorld must stop the continuous abuse to their source of revenue and think twice about the harsh living conditions that are forcing the whales to live in. Furthermore, SeaWorld must stop letting their trainers control nearly every part of the whales' lives. It is sickening not only that this organization is still in business, but that it is worth $2.5 billion. It is hard to believe that people still continue to clap and smile during unnatural acts that whales are doing strictly to eat each and every day. Whales belong in the ocean, not in a small pool. Please imagine living a life like the whales at SeaWorld do. You are taken away from your mother at birth and removed from your natural habitat. You are fed when you obey. You are bred when you are forced to. You are to perform unnatural acts up to 7 times per day. You are kept in a space the size of a closet that is continuously exposed to hot sun. If we as humans aid in stopping the revenue of this inhumane company, SeaWorld is likely to suffer, just like the whales that they are currently holding captive.